G'day viewers, and welcome back to another episode of FitzRupee Cast featuring none other than, you guessed it, Dawn of War 2 Retribution. Red-Rupee here calling the games for you as always. I stole that intro g'day from my buddy Waste My Life, who's an Australian caster, and I just like it. It sounds cool. He's a lot of fun. If you haven't checked out his cast, go check him out. Waste My Life. I've got him linked on my channel page. Another Dawn of War 2 caster. Lots of fun. Anyways, we're here on Quest Heresy. I'm actually looking directly down on this map. If you've never played looking directly down on the game, it's actually almost kind of vertigo-inducing. It's weird. Anyways, I don't like that. We're having a nice one-on-one game here today on Quests. We've got a Force Commander mirror, Mr. Gr3ylock over here, as our Imperial Fist bright yellow Force Commander. And on the other side, we've got GHG Adila as our nice kind of blue army on this side. So we're going to go ahead and get this game started. I know a lot of people haven't been liking this Force Commander recently. He's quite a beast, thorn in a lot of sides, but I figured what better than to watch a Force Commander bash his face against another Force Commander. So whoever loses, you know, we win. That's the way I see it. So anyways, Force Commander on either side. Pretty standard builds so far coming in right now. Just see those attacks coming in as always, and both players grabbing their natural couple points here. And I don't know, I just like looking at this Imperial Fist. He's a pretty cool looking Force Commander. Nice free DLC they offered here. And facing off against this guy, he doesn't have a fancy helmet, but still gonna be a beast anyways. Double scouts coming up for both players right now. We've got nothing outstanding happening here in the center yet. I know a lot of people don't like mirror matches, but I really enjoy mirror matches. It's really, for the players anyway, nothing more tense than a mirror match, because you know that both players have the same exact options right now, and you know that you just have to flat out play your stuff better than your opponent. So scouts running around doing a little kite work on Gr3ylock's Force Commander here. Meanwhile, Adila's charging into the center. Probably going to be encountering the same problem right now with that kiting issue. So both Force Commanders kind of just charging in like the tough guys they are, but probably getting shot up in the process a little bit right now. Gr3ylock probably fared a little better considering that he was facing off against scouts and not tactical marines. Meanwhile, choosing to engage, perfect opportunity to mitigate any tac damage right there, and of course Adila has to fall back from that because they wouldn't win the one-on-one melee brawl there with the supporting fire, the scouts contributing. So, oh no, these scouts getting very low, getting forced back right there. You can see those two scouts never actually retreated, just ran the Force Commander around a little bit and then came back onto the map. But looks like Gr3ylock sort of secured that first battle right there, and is going to push up and take some map right now. These TAC Marines are just going to eat some scout shots, not a big deal for them. Surprisingly, they're not actually firing back right there. Oh, but snipers coming onto the field and changing that engagement around dramatically, as those TACs do not want to sit there and cap under sniper fire.
Orders.
Meanwhile, Force Commander charging in there. Of course, the opposing Force Commander kind of just walking by, just waving to each other. What's up, Force Commander? I'm a Force Commander too. Let me go do my thing.
This is Imperial territory now. Scouts ready.
And it's looking like actually Gr3ylock's sitting on a lot of wreck right now. You can see Adila's got his full power farm up, but Gr3ylock hasn't dropped anything despite having a lot of wreck. I'm not sure what the plan is there. Must be waiting. Oh, yep, there it is for assault Terminators, just as I was coming around to that point. And looks like actually we're going to have double snipers on the field for Adila right now. So these two scouts, we're going to see completely different builds here as Gr3ylock's going for the assault marines. It'll be interesting to see whether these scouts will be able to be effective with those assault marines around or not. Meanwhile, Gr3ylock's doing a great job using his scouts to run the map right now. Has everything, capping everything out on the corners. That's a drawback of using these double sniper scouts, is that you tend to use your scouts in more of a combat capacity as opposed to a capture capacity. Of course, they're still very quick and can capture points on the map, but as opposed to Gr3ylock right now, who's just using his scouts to cap, and of course has the assaults, attacks, and force commander as his primary battle force. Adila is going to be using those scout snipers to try to push off these tactical marines and heavy infantry assault marines as well. So force commander loosing a battle cry, knocking all of these assault marines on their backs. Just kind of causing all sorts of disruption, buying some time and doing some damage. Meanwhile, you can see Gr3ylock doing a good job of just kind of getting up here and trying to put some pressure on that power farm. Of course, he doesn't want those tags up there when those snipers come back around. And Gr3ylock still hasn't dropped power. I'm not sure what he's waiting on at this point. Possibly just a macro overlook right there. But forgetting to drop his power right there. These attacks also could have been capturing. Not sure. Gr3ylock just focusing a little bit too much on these assault. Anyways, this is a perfect timing push for Gr3ylock, getting in this gen bash right here with these flame attacks. Force commander and assault marines are going to be able to scare off these scout snipers if they come out and try to push off these attacks and assault space marine. So actually, the force commander moved up a bit too far, got in range of those base turrets. Probably should have kept him a little further back. Adila's not hesitating to just instantly drop those gems back down as soon as they get destroyed. I think Gr3ylock took out 3 generators total there, so not a bad power bash at all. So Gr3ylock finally dropping his gems right there. And you can actually see Adila's got, despite losing those generators, it's not really mattering because if you look at the map, all 3 of these, or all 4 rather, of the wreck points are in his control. And that's making a pretty, I'm sure, a pretty major difference. Yeah, you can see down here in the resources tab, Adila's got a solid 100, a little more than 100 wreck per minute actually advantage over Gr3ylock. So for every minute he holds all these wreck points, he's getting 100 wreck more than Gr3ylock. So really going to be able to outlast him here, especially if he's causing all this attrition with those scout snipers. Been picking off assault marines and tactical marines throughout the game here so far. So, and you can actually see the difference in wreck income right now. Adila's sitting on just a huge pile of wreck despite heading into tier 2. Of course, Gr3ylock did purchase assault marines. So once again, Gr3ylock getting in some nice gen bashing right here. Gonna take out, it looks like 2 more generators. Some nice use of attack down there to make sure he can take out both of those generators with that 1 stream of flamers. And once again, Adila not even hesitating to drop those 2 gens right back down. He says he knows I've got the map and you can burn as many of those generators as you want because I've got the wreck to drop them back down. Of course, that doesn't mean he should be wasting them, but he's got the tier 2 advantage right now. Hitting tier 2 now before Gr3ylock has even considered going there. And we can see 2 completely different force commanders right now too. We've got one with Artificer's Armor and Iron Halo, pretty much the ultimate tank commander versus one vanilla commander right now so far. Assault Marines jumping in on those scout snipers, forcing them right off the map. Once those scout snipers hit, it really kind of shut down Gr3ylock's map control as those Gr3ylock's scouts can't really run around the map freely anymore. You really got to keep an eye on them because they'll be taking scout sniper shots and losing models left and right. Really, at this point, I know Gr3ylock needs to catch up in tech here, so we're gonna see if he can bring that onto the field because right now Adila is upgrading his sergeants right now on his assault marines, going to make them very potent against Gr3ylock's assaults, and of course with that power sword against the tech marines as well. Oh man, 1 attack model going down there almost instantly between the assaults and those scout snipers. Assault jump coming in, right as a merciless strike hits, and Gr3ylock realizes he just needs to get out of there before he takes any more losses. So Gr3ylock did finally manage to decap all these wreck points, which is good. They were all fully matured, and that was really what was giving Adila the ability to just keep teching and keep dropping those gems despite losing quite a bit there.
Release the great thunderhammer from our armory.
So the VPs have kind of just been going back and forth here. No really decisive lead. Gr3ylock's sitting on about a 60 VP lead right now, but of course that can change in no time really. Adila trying to return the favor, putting some power burn on right now, and bringing a librarian onto the field. Meanwhile, Gr3ylock's going to be hitting tier 2 relatively quickly here. Looks like he's got plenty of things queued up. He's got his Assault Sarge queued up, and of course, that nasty Thunderhammer. Gr3ylock was doing a good job right here of keeping these scouts engaged in melee with his own scouts, so negating all that possible sniper shots that could have been going off there. Excellent tactic. You can get those scouts in on the snipers, go ahead and engage them in melee, because they won't be able to do much of anything. Meanwhile, there's an Assault Marine dropping there to Adila's Force Commander, who's still just sitting on vanilla war gear. Meanwhile, we can see Gr3ylock's Force Commander pimped out with all kinds of fancy stuff right here. Got his Iron Halo, got that big mean Power Hammer. And right now the Libby comes on the field, drops a smite, and forces off those flame attacks that were once again threatening that power farm of Adila right there. Oh, some nice knockback from that Power Hammer. And you can see with this shield, armor, and hammer, this Force Commander is just taking all kinds of abuse right there. Just facing off in a battle against this Librarian. Oh, a nice looking shot, knocking him down on his back. He's actually in a lot of trouble right now. He's going to have to retreat. But, oh, wow. Very fortunate that that special attack dropped when it did, because one more whack with that hammer on retreat probably would have done that Librarian in right there. Assault Marines jumping in, trying to get a couple last shots, but oh, a counter jump there. Not intending to engage, but just enough to disrupt and make sure that Force Commander got out of there in one piece. Retreating right before those sniper shots fire. It's always crucial timing right there to make sure you don't lose that, because that's 70 wreck if those two snipers get their shots off on those scouts.
Ready for duty.
Gr3ylock doing a good job of getting the map back in his control, but we're going to have to see how he can face off against Adila here. Adila, I feel like, has the advantage right now still. Both players in tier 2, but I think Adila's still having a bit more on the field as far as tech goes. Has all his Assault Marines geared up, but if Gr3ylock, of course, has this very potent Force Commander right now, whereas Adila's is still kind of neutral. So Assault Marines jumping up on this entire pile right here. A Merciless Strike would be perfect, but Assault Marines of Gr3ylock jumping back, constantly keeping those snipers from firing whenever they can. But wow, 2 tacks and a Sergeant going down right there during that engagement for Gr3ylock, so kind of costly right there. He's got a lot of wreck. Both players sitting on a pretty reasonable pile of wreck resource right now.
Assault squad, make ready.
And we've got sort of a 100 VP advantage right now for Gr3ylock. Adila's been doing a good job of holding the map and holding these wreck points and stuff, but not so much with the VPs.
Scouts here.
Been causing some excellent attrition so far too. All these scouts in a lot of trouble. I'm not sure if they're going to get out of there. Oh, Tax managed to, luckily for Gr3ylock, not get any melee hits in right there. They were closing in for the kill, definitely. But now they're possibly Adila not watching them, but they're going to have to retreat there from this battle. They just lost a model. They're not going to win that melee fight. They're already pretty wounded. And choosing to retreat before they lose any models right there. Any more, rather. Scouts once again getting forced off by those Assault Marines. And looks like Adila finally decided to outfit his commander with a little bit of gear right now. The Power Sword and Armor of Alacrity. Kind of curious choices. You don't often see the Power Sword purchased in Tier 2. It's an excellent weapon, but more often than not, the Power Hammer or Power Fist will be a better choice. And as we can see, Assault Marines jumping and changing places right there. That was pretty amusing. Not really gaining any ground on either front right there. A smite going down, taking down a couple of those Assault Marines, and just causing some excellent damage. And really, that's what Adila's been banking on, is this burst damage he has between the smite and those snipers, doing some excellent opening every engagement with some nice opening fire there. So we see two completely different outfitted force commanders right now. We've got a speedy run around the map teleporting battle crying force commander with this power sword, and then we have a big nasty damage dealing tank right here with the artificer's armor, the shield, and of course that power hammer, which is just shredding some of these scout snipers. There it goes again. That's that opening damage. We're seeing the smite, the snipers, and jumping in right there. Veil of time on these assault marines, trying to get a couple extra kills on these tacks where they can, but only managing to get that one extra model, it looks like.
We are suffering heavy losses.
So just as I was saying, it looks like Gr3ylock's got a triple cap once again. Been pushing off Adila pretty consistently here. The problem is, once those assault marines jump on these scout snipers, they pretty much have to retreat at this point. But Adila's still sitting on a lot of resource. Meanwhile, Gr3ylock's going into tier 3.
We claim this in the Emperor's name.
Assault marines capturing this point in the face of scouts. Adila taking some time to capture some map back right now.
The enemy is destroying it.
These three squads right here, very potent. Pretty much the force commander, assault marines, and these plasma attacks, really able to take on anything that they want. Force commander charging in there, forcing off the librarian once again.
Scouts here. Go ahead.
And Adila turned that triple cap right back around. Oh man, a sergeant going down to some scout snipers right there. And oh, unfortunately, it looks like the scout snipers are moving in a bit too close. And both of them have to fall back. Really needed to just keep them back and snipe off a couple more models right there.
He falters, but he is not yet beaten. I hear you. Go ahead. Orders.
So Adila's been causing some excellent attrition throughout the game here, but just been getting pushed off the map repeatedly. And again, we're kind of seeing the map control disadvantage of those snipers that I was talking about. Oh, nice looking smite, taking out another assault marine right there. Really, Adila's just been causing all this damage at range throughout the game here. The Space Marine knows no fear being activated, gonna allow those attacks to tank against those assault Space Marines. Meanwhile, we can see that nasty splash damage going off in that force commander. If he gets one more swing, that scout squad's down. Oh, and he does. There goes a squad of snipers. That's always a costly investment to lose right there. So that could be an advantage in Gr3ylock's favor right there. Again, reducing. You can see. Ooh, I'm losing my train of thought here. What I was saying, while we watch this force commander smash into these tactical marines, is these two scouts have been running around the map capping the entire game. Whereas Adila's scout snipers have been forced off by those assault marines time and time again, which has really been costing Adila some VPs and map control here.
Orders. They have us targeted.
So scouts for Gr3ylock getting caught out of position here. I'm not sure if he sees them. Oh, he retreats at the last second, but oh, that sergeant and his techs melee that scout into oblivion right there.
I hear you.
And that's one scout squad down for both players at this point. So that should just about even the odds here. Those assault marines pretty damaged. Oh, and the Sarge goes down to a power hammer whack right there. That force commander's just been causing all sorts of trouble right now. Oh, we're having a call-in. We see some assault Terminators. Oh, and that's another call-in for some more assault Terminators. There they are. One squad for each player right now.
Understood.
And looks like both squads are getting the lightning claw upgrades, which makes a lot of sense. There aren't any vehicles on the field. That's really the only time you want to keep those thunder hammers around, is for smashing vehicles. And with all this heavy infantry around, you really want those lightning claws. That power melee just decimates tactical marines, assault marines, and of course does some pretty nice damage against opposing Terminators as well. So wow, just a big melee brawl. We've got assaults, force commanders, Terminators, and a librarian all hanging out in here. Oh, it looks like I believe that was Gr3ylock's force commander that went down right there. And but oh no, despite losing the force commander, these Terminators for Adila are in a lot of trouble. You can see, oh man, Veil of Time going down, possibly saving that last Terminator. Oh, but they do get one final swing in on approach there, and managed to take out the Terminator. So Adila is down a squad of Terminators. It caused Gr3ylock as force commander, but that is certainly a loss worth sacrificing right there. And you can see the assault Terminator, or the assault Space Marines try to engage the Terminators, but quickly realized that was not a wise decision. But wow, Adila's going to be on a back foot here until he can find a way to deal with those Terminators. These assault marines taking a lot of fire. They're going to have to be very careful. They do jump out just in time and fall back after getting the decap.
Scouts here. Go ahead.
The tide of battle turns.
So we can see after losing his Terminators, Adila's gone ahead and decided to requisition himself some Terminator armor for his force commander. So he says, if I can't have assault Terminators, I'm at least going to have a force commander Terminator.
One of our initiates has fallen.
That may have been why he waited so long to upgrade his war gear, as he was trying to upgrade without it. He intended to get that force commander, because of course, all the war gear you buy previously with that force commander goes away after you upgrade him to that Terminator armor. So anyways, Librarian coming in, smiting those assaults, trying to whittle away some damage here on them. And meanwhile, the force commander with his lightning claws trying to engage these tactical marines in the meantime. Getting a nice knockdown attack right there. And Space Marine knows no fear being activated on this side of the map. These assault marines are actually probably going to lose that melee battle with that ability activated. In the meantime, we can see the force commander facing off against the Terminators. He's going to have to get out of there right now. It's actually doing some pretty decent damage right there. But these assault Terminators still taking a lot of fire. Oh, and they do go down for Adila. Oh dear. That may lock the game out for Gr3ylock right here. The tension is palpable right now in this mirror. Both players are just doing everything they can to try to pull the advantage right now. With those assault marines going down for Adila, or sorry, for Gr3ylock rather, that might give the advantage back that Adila needed to sort of even out that Terminator loss right there. So Veil of Time, oh no, Gate of Infinity was activated, but all he teleports in is a corpse of his last comrade right there. Oh, very unfortunate. He should have just, I'm not sure if he didn't have the energy for a jump right there or what, but he really should have just tried to jump out there. Wow. Just as I was saying, Adila may have gotten his advantage back, he just as quickly loses it with losing those assault marines right there. And both players down to 3 squads right now in addition to their force commanders. We have Libby scouts and tactical marines for Adila, and of course scouts, tactical marines, and some very beat up assault Terminators for Gr3ylock. So Adila's bringing a tank onto the field, which will certainly help out in dealing with those lightning claw assault Terminators. Meanwhile, we can see Adila trying to chase down Gr3ylock's force commander with those lightning claws right now. And there goes a teleport coming in right on, gonna start causing some nasty damage to this Space Marines. Again, using a Space Marine has no fear over here. We've seen how useful that ability is so far this game, allowing tactical Marines to take out assault Marines in melee. And oh no, this force commander's in a lot of trouble. Luckily, that Terminator armor does slow down Adila's force commander quite a bit, so he's not going to be able to pursue and get any parting shots there.
A battle brother has fallen. Do not let his sacrifice be in vain.
Meanwhile, we can see Adila has finally upgraded his own scouts, or finally not upgraded his own scouts, moved these scouts back out onto the field and been getting some shots off with them once again. really anybody's game here still at this point. Gr3ylock now bringing a Pred of his own onto the field, and once these two Preds come onto the field, it becomes even more... Oh, a Gate of Infinity being activated right there from the Librarian, but as these Preds come out, the game becomes even more tense as once Preds and Assault Terminators are on the field, one wrong move and your Predator investment is gone down the drain. And I'm sure we'll be seeing, yep, these Predators will be getting upgraded with las cannons, of course. So that's a heavy investment to lose if you find that Predator out of position against these Terminators. So, oh man, these Lightning Claw Terminators teleporting in, making some short work of these tactical Marines, of course. But they are, in fact, very low, so they're going to have to be very careful with those Terminators. Of course, that's one of the advantages that Adila has that Gr3ylock does not, is Adila does have that Librarian on the field right now, which can really support and synergize as well with Terminators, whereas Gr3ylock doesn't really have any quick way to get his Terminators out of trouble if they're caught out of position. So Adila's sitting on a big pile of resource once again. He could bring a second tank on the field. Maybe he's building up for a second squad of Terminators at this point. Oh no, but it looks like, oh, the Gr3ylock's Predator got that first fire, and that's exactly what I was talking about. In no time at all, with just a few shots of those las cannons, we can see the difference that even one shot makes in that battle. Adila has lost his Predator, and now Gr3ylock once again sitting on an advantage in this battle, as even with these Terminators, which we can see Adila just brought back on the field, purchasing those Lightning Claws, I'd really probably hold off on that and try to take out that Predator before investing in those Lightning Claws. But we'll see how it works out for him in the meantime. So 53 points for Adila to 176 for Gr3ylock right now. Really still anyone's game. Again, we can see Adila has taken most of the map, has all of the rec points on the field right now. And you can see that's making a pretty big difference right here, once again on the resource tab.
Orders? I hear you. Go ahead.
So Veil of Time being used to get these tactical Marines out of trouble from that Force Commander. Smite going down to try and push those attacks off the field, and a 2-0 cap for Adila. This could be what he needs to bring the game back. Of course, he's going to need to be very careful with these attacks with these Assault Terminators coming in from behind. Adila purchasing a Devastator right now. I'm sure that'll become a las cannon to try to deal with this Predator. In the meantime, these Assault Marines, or Assault Terminators, are all facing off against each other. One goes down for both sides. That las tank making a big difference despite Gr3ylock's Assault Termies being much lower HP at the beginning of the fight there. Both players have lost a Termi there. And Gr3ylock, I think, actually lost two. You can see two models down on that squad. So Adila charging in with this las cannon. Of course, if this Librarian stays on the field, there it goes, the Veil of Time. Las cannon's getting upgraded right now. This tank's in a lot of trouble right now. He's going to have to try to get out of there. Oh no, it turns around and exposes its flank. Las cannon gets off a shot, but doesn't quite finish it off. It only needs one more to take that tank out. In the meantime, Gr3ylock's capturing a second VP and gonna really put the pressure on right now. This tank maneuvering desperately, trying to get out of position of that las cannon. It did turn around and gun for the base, but it's not gonna make it. There it goes, and it is slowly spiraling out of control right there. Oh no, an orbital bombardment being called in here by Gr3ylock, trying to delay those VPs at all times. That tank finally goes down. And oh man, we can see both Force Commanders and the squad attacks being caught up in this. There goes the explosion, knocking everything all out of position right here. And no squads go down, but that definitely delayed just long enough to capture some VPs. These attacks kind of sitting idle over here. Need to be pushing some map control right now. Terminator's coming in. Oh no, that tack's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's not getting out of there. That's a tack squad down for Adila right now, and the Force Commander's not really going to be able to hold off against this full squad of 3 Terminators either. Oh, I'm not sure if... Oh, he did. I guess he didn't teleport right there. He activated something else instead. But oh man, that's a Force Commander down for Adila as well. that was really not what he needed right there. He had just had some map control back on those VPs once again for a second, but those Terminators came in and just took out 2 squads. So we can see the Librarian level 4 making short work of these Tactical Marines. Waiting for a Sarge to come in here, probably going to try to activate a Space Marine Knows No Fear as soon as he gets on here. And there it goes indeed. In the meantime, on the other side of the field, Scouts trying to cap the map, facing off against Terminators, but it looks like the last few VPs are ticking down for Adila. And there goes the game. 115 points at the end there for Gr3ylock. So wow, an intense match there between 2 Force Commanders. You can see, despite not having Terminator armor, this tanky Force Commander has certainly showed his mettle today. And just wow, quite a match. Terminators and Predators, and 2 completely different builds really for both players. So that's actually what I like about mirror matches, is when you see 2 completely different builds from the same army. That's always interesting to see how they get played. So there's the Force Commander of Adila right between all those Terminators, and that's pretty much the game. So, well played by both sides, of course. Anyways, this is Red-Rupee. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys next time.